My name is Julie Allball, and I will be your host for Ohio Weddings. We will share leading tips and information from leading wedding experts. And we will share real weddings from Ohio couples. Welcome to Ohio Weddings, and today we're going to talk about wedding videography. Now, I have been in wedding videography for 20 years, and I tell you, I was very impressed with the work that we saw in our very first episode.
Oh, thank you.
The Real Wedding. Can you tell us a little bit about that wedding that was in the first episode?
Yeah, absolutely. So that was Johnny and Kristen, and they were a very sweet, genuine couple that contacted me, and they were just interested in having their story told through video, and it ended up being one of those perfect summer days. They had their wedding at a barn in Westerville, Ohio, and Kristen is one of those brides that you know spends every waking hour on Pinterest gathering ideas. So she had the peonies, she had the nice turquoise color, and see, the centerpieces of her tables are just gorgeous. You know, everything was wrapped in yarn. She had like the cotton, and it was just, it was a dream wedding. It was very well executed as far as planning to actual event. It was gorgeous.
Well, let's talk about why a couple should actually put video on the list, because we know from the knot that it is the biggest regret that a bride has after the wedding.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. And I still have brides that come to me and say, I wish I had a video made, because a video is just a unique way to relive your wedding day. There's something about seeing yourself in your film, I think, that just transports you right back to that moment in time. I don't know if you've had those experiences where you hear a song or you smell a smell and it just takes you back to some memory that you had tucked away that you had forgotten about. So with wedding videos, not only are you seeing yourself, but you're hearing the things that your guest, your officiant, are saying to you. You're hearing the things that you say to each other. And it's an emotional experience, really, is what it is, which I think is what makes it so fun. You know, you think about the things you watch that you respond to. It's that emotion. You know, it's why Hallmark commercials make me cry. It's why, you know, movies like Napoleon Dynamite finally make me laugh 2 weeks later. You know, you live in those moments. And as couples, I think the day goes by so fast. It's a blur. You know, I don't remember anything that was said on my wedding day. And so to be able to, after the fact, sit down and relive your day at your own pace is something priceless. And two, the other thing that a lot of my couples come to me wanting a video is to show their kids.
Yes.
You know, on through the generations. I mean, who wouldn't want to see their parents, you know, interacting with each other? And
well, I can say, after being in the business for 20 years, my customers did say that the children watched it the most.
Yeah.
They really did. They really did.
Great.
And it was such a neat feeling. But what would you say as far as tips? What kind of questions should they ask as far as choosing a wedding videographer?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's great. And it is nice to go into a meeting with a videographer prepared with a few questions, so you know what you're getting, you know, your videographer's style. One of the things is, from a technical aspect, I would ask them how they cover audio. Because again, you know, you're hearing the things that you want to remember, so you want to make sure it's recorded in good quality. So what's their plan of attack for how they're going to cover your ceremony, for example? You know, are they going to mic the groom? Are they going to mic the officiant? You know, are they having multiple sources? So if something fails, you know, nothing is lost. So that's a good question. And then another technical question would be, what type of other gear do you bring? Because now that wedding videographers are filming with these DSLR cameras, the cameras that photographers use, they can bring along a lot of additional gear with them, from these sliders that give you these nice, you know, kind of panoramic shots, to these glide cams, these harnesses that they wear to give you these nice sweeping shots. You know, if that's something that you want, or that's something that, you know, you don't want someone to bring along, that type of equipment, it's good to know. And same with lighting as well. Receptions are dark, so what's your videographer wanting to do with dimly lit situations? A question that I like getting is, how did you get started in the business? So whereas it's not necessarily a deciding factor, I think it helps establish a relationship with your videographer, and sometimes their answers might surprise you. It might be someone who is looking for a creative outlet and just this is what they love doing. I think their passion comes across then, when you ask that question.
Well, thank you so much, Lee.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I really appreciate all the great tips that you're giving all the brides today.
Sure.
And we'll be back with more Ohio Weddings.
Entertainment Unlimited Events, the leader in event decor. So much to do. Planning your wedding can be overwhelming. This is your day, and we are ready to assist you in any and every way we can to make this a day to remember. We customize our decor to fit your style and vision, be it traditional elegance or the latest trend. Entertainment Unlimited Events is the leader in wedding decor and event planning. Mobile Cold Stone Creamery offers a wide variety of exciting dessert bars for every occasion. They offer everything from sundae bars, mixing on their portable stone, pans of signature creations, ice cream cupcakes, cakes, and much more. Let Mobile Cold Stone do all the serving with our customizable packages. Contact them for more info by calling 513-739-3796 or by email at mobilecoldstone@gmail.com. Weddings in the Hocking Hills, where dazzling beauty marries extraordinary locations. Ohio's Hocking Hills offers rehearsal dinner, wedding, and reception sites wrapped in breathtaking natural splendor. There are sparkling waterfalls as gorgeous as a bridal veil. Your free Hocking Hills wedding planning kit is waiting for you. Visit www.1800hocking.com/weddings or call 1-800-HOCKING.
And we're back with more Ohio Weddings. I'm now joined by Jean Newhart from Weddings from the Heart. And now we're going to talk about the upcoming wedding trends this year.
Yes, what I'm seeing this year is a lot of requests for the color blue. Deep blues like cobalt blues, Tiffany blues as well. Wonderful thing about what I'm seeing is not just seeing like in bouquets where blue is kind of a tricky color sometimes for the color, to get that color in, but in your linens, in uplighting, just a lot of just kind of like background, like the base color of the event. They can pair off with silvers or whites. If they want more dramatic, pair it off with orange. So it's really a very versatile color. But seeing the lovely blue colors and lovely deep colors.
Yeah, one of the things that I had heard too with the Pantone colors with the emerald green. What are your thoughts about the emerald green?
I love green, but I don't know if that's quite a color I would personally like. So far, I haven't seen really many requests for any greens as far as the dominant color. Next year, or maybe later in the year, I might start seeing some more of that. But as of yet, not too much.
Now, what types of desserts are you seeing this year?
Okay. Well, I'm still seeing wedding cakes, but there are a lot more couples are choosing either to serve a smaller wedding cake and having other desserts as well, or foregoing the wedding cake altogether. In place of the traditional wedding cake as dessert, they'll either have a candy bar where they can incorporate candies to coordinate with their wedding colors, or something more retro like the old Necco wafers, Mary Jane's, and even more dessert bars where they'll serve little bite-sized cheesecakes, little bite-sized leavened squares, and even though it may not sound very weddingish, what I'm seeing a lot more are like ice cream sundae bars, where it's not just little kids, but the grown-ups enjoy it as well, where the company will come in, bring in different flavors of ice creams, and guests can have their choice of toppings. And it's just really a lot of fun, and it's a good way to get guests interacting.
Mm-hmm. Now, what types of props or even other types of themes are you seeing?
As far as themes go, vintage is still very strong. Wonderful thing about vintage is there's no one way of vintage. They can go a little more rustic, incorporating like the burlap, which you're seeing that more often. Mason jars are still popular. Even like slabs of wood. It could be a nice cake stand, or smaller ones used as the the table numbers. Or they can even go more elegant, incorporating like patterned china instead of a vase, using teacups as little floral arrangements in that, as opposed to traditional vase for a wedding, for the wedding decor. Mm-hmm. So vintage is still very strong. Mm-hmm. And later this year, The Great Gatsby, the movie, is going to be coming out. So that, I think, is going to even give us another facet of the vintage in the 1920s era.
Mm-hmm. Now, what would you suggest for the couples to try to figure out what they want their wedding theme to be? I mean, there's so many choices and so many different looks.
Choices, which is wonderful. It's wonderful to have options, but sometimes it's hard to give so many options. It's like, what do I choose? Go back and just think about, what do you like? What types of movies do they enjoy? What type of books do they enjoy reading? How do they dress? What do they like to do on their spare time? What appeals to them? Mm-hmm. Just look through magazines, surf the web. Just find what appeals to you. Where one couple may not really be into the vintage, they may like something more modern. Again, within the vintage, it's like, well, I might like vintage, but I like something a little more rustic rather than the elegant, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Jean, for all the great wedding trends.
You're very welcome.
Right. Well, now we're going to go to Mike from Cold Stone, who's going to show us more about those ice cream bars.
At Cold Stone, we have over 50 different toppings that you can choose from. And typically, again, depending on the package, we bring out anywhere between 8 and 14 toppings. We have over 20 different flavors you can choose from. It ranges anywhere from 4 to 10 different flavors that you can get with, just depending on each package. We bring our mobile Cold Stone Creamery ice cream truck, and we can either serve, if it's an outside wedding, we can serve out of that, or we bring it and we can serve indoors as well. Everything that's needed, including the cups, the waffle bowls, spoons, ice cream tablecloths, tables, we bring it all in, so everything is included in every package. We come out, we set up, we offer full service and self-service sundae bars, and then we come back and we'll do the cleanup and tear down. Our packages start anywhere from $4 a person and go all the way up to 10 or 11, and it all depends on what you want. We can customize the package to your needs as well. You can contact us by emailing us, mobilecoldstone@gmail.com, or giving us a call at 513-739-3796.
The Event Connections is proud to sponsor the 2013 Wedding Package Giveaway. One lucky winner will receive a package that includes a wedding gown, tuxes, decor, entertainment, photography, flowers, planning, and more. Register to win online or at the 2013 Winter Wedding Showcase, Saturday, February 2nd, 2013, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Event Connections, 4140 Linden Avenue in Dayton, Ohio. Register to win online at www.theeventconnections.com.
And we're back to Ohio Weddings. I'm now joined by Bill Creary and Stephanie Murphy from River's Edge Estate. And let me tell you guys, I was so impressed last week when you had the grand opening celebration, and how awesome the estate looked last week.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can we kind of talk about the types venue, the types of events and venues that you have?
Sure. A lot of people, they can check us out on the website and stuff, but it's a mansion that was built in 1848 in Franklin, Ohio. It's 6,000 square feet, a beautiful estate. It's got a lot of character and a lot of its own character design. So, I mean, we're not your cookie cutter box. And as we fell in love with the house, as you fell in love with the house last week, as people come, they will fall in love with the houses also. But we are a wedding and events venue, so weddings, they can have their wedding reception there, ceremony. We have a bridal suite, ballroom, and a lot of different options there to do any type of event they want to, along with the corporate events and other events as well.
Now, how many people can your venue hold?
Well, our venue, because it is so unique, our ballroom, our grand ballroom, can hold about 60 people ceremony style. And then in the whole entire estate, we could add 40 more chairs and tables if they want to do a traditional sit down. And then if it's just like a cocktail type event, we can do up to about 200 people indoor. Now, during the summer months, we can tent outside, and that can do up to 240 people.
Wow, well, that's fantastic. Yeah. Now, can you tell me, as far as like your catering and alcohol, what do you provide in those areas?
We do not have a cooking facility there at the estate, so we have teamed up as a preferred vendor with Kohler Catering. They're in Kettering, and they do a great job. In fact, they provided the food for our VIP night that many people enjoyed. But catering, it has to be the option there. But we do have a preferred vendor list, and so, but we'll work with, you know, if they have a caterer already chosen or whatever the case is, we'll be glad to work with them with that. As far as the alcohol,
they can schedule that through most good caterers like Kohler Catering have a bar service that they can provide along with their packages.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good to know. Is there anything else you would like everyone to know about the venue?
Just go out and check us out. We have one nice thing about it is it's brand new, and so some of those folks that have a date that are having trouble finding a location, you know, we are there to serve them and make their day just as special as possible. And it's a beautiful venue, and I think they'd be very excited to see the property, and we could have some beautiful weddings there. So we have a lot of open dates right now. They are filling up from working the Dayton Bridal Show and a couple other shows. But if they're looking for a date and looking for a unique place to have their memory at, we encourage them to check out River's Edge Estate.
Yeah. Well, now we are going to look at a clip from the grand opening celebration at River's Edge.
This is Julie Albaugh from Ohio Weddings, and we are live here at the River Edge Estate Mansion in Franklin, Ohio for their grand opening celebration.
I think it's beautiful. It has great light, and the colors are great, and the building has lots of character. I think it would definitely attract like a vintage type bride, or just somebody that wants something a little bit different and not as, you know, the standard ballroom.
It's an exciting night for Franklin, Ohio. We're so proud of Stephanie and Bill. The city has spent thousands and tens of thousands of dollars developing our riverfront and our bike path, and this venue looks right into that. So we believe that the community will have a life around this. It's a real exciting new birth for Franklin. And Stephanie and Bill have a calling. They found this old historic building that we've wanted to save, and they have been able to do that. And we had no idea that they could make an event center out of it. How exciting.
I think that it has so much potential, so much to offer, and every bride has a dream. And I think with all of the vendors, that's what we try to give, is their dream.
We are back to Ohio Weddings, and now I'm joined with Marta Ray from Marta Ray Skincare.
Thank you, Julie.
Thanks for coming on today.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about skincare. What can brides do at home to kind of prepare their skin for their wedding?
When we talk about skincare, we talk about skin health. So in order to keep the skin healthy, they will have to have a very basic but good skincare routine at home. They can start probably 3 months to 6 months prior to the wedding. and it will consist of a cleansing and a toning for morning and evening, as well as a moisturizer and a sunscreen, which is a good idea. So the basic skincare for them to start doing, the most important thing for them while they're going through getting ready for the wedding, they suffer a lot of stress and a lot of break out with acne. So it's very important that maybe they change their skincare products to address that condition. And it's at the same time, it's very important that they remove the makeup every single night, which a lot of people don't do. So that's very important. And then a very simple but effective skincare routine for the different skin type. You know, if they're oily or dry or sensitive or dehydrated, there are different treatments and products that can be done to, you know, to really help those conditions.
Now, what kinds of benefits can they get from actual skincare treatments?
Skincare treatments. It takes your skin health to another different level. What you do at home is basic, but in order for you to see a tremendous result, if you go to a professional skincare esthetician or a clinic, or they specialize in skincare treatments, they can see a tremendous result with pore size, texture, even in coloration. You know, the skin becomes more even in color, more smooth to the touch, finer. It's going to show better when they take the pictures through the wedding, because it's not just about the dress and about the veil and the shoes, but the good skincare is very important, because the makeup is going to go on that good skin, a healthy skin. It's going to show so much prettier on the pictures. And when people come to kiss you, you know, and congratulate you when you have this beautiful, radiant skin, it's going to show. So skincare is very, very important. People need to start thinking about that. The girls, the ladies, and the groom too.
Now, where could they learn more about Marta Ray? Where would they go to find more information about your products and services?
Thank you. They can go to www.martarayskincare.com, and they can look at, I have a tab that explains bridal skincare, and they can go in there and check the different treatments that I do. I do have a bridal beauty package for the brides-to-be or the groom, and their testimonials and things that you can look around. But also they can come in for a complimentary consultation. I'd be happy to help them with a complimentary consultation and see what regimen they need to go on to make their skin look beautiful for that special day.
Oh. Well, thank you, Marta Ray, for coming on and giving us all those great tips.
Thank you very much.
That's the end of our show, and now we go on to our real wedding.
I was walking along. It's when the mirror caught your face reflecting back. An image of style and grace working my brain to figure out a clever way to ask you out.
Those of you that know Allison know that she can never settle for anything less than perfect. Elizabeth and I first became aware of Allison's sometimes excessive behavior when she was just 18 to 24 months of age.
I always dreamed of what Allie and I's wedding day would be like. This has exceeded all of my expectations because you two are truly perfect for each other. I love my sister Allison more than anything in the world. And now I can say I love my brother just as much. I can say I love my brother just as much.
Blake treats Allie well, makes her happy. It is perfect for her. Through their thoughtful planning and tireless efforts, they've created a perfect day.
I know that Allie has found a perfect match for her. I remember Allie first telling me about Blake over the phone. She called me and she said she met this really cute golf player named Blake. I, of course, being the younger, protective sister, wanted to get all the juicy details on Blake just to make sure he was a good guy. Because I heard the word OU sports player, you know, and I was getting a little nervous. But then I remembered she said golfer. So I wasn't too worried.
And even though my memory is a little bit shot from such an awesome time we had at OU, I vaguely remember meeting Allie the night that he brought her over to one of our parties. First thing I thought in my mind was, wow, she's hot. Followed up quickly by, what's wrong with her? I learned that not only is Allie a beautiful woman, but she is a wonderful, friendly, caring person. And anyone who can live with Blake gets my blessing. And when he told me 5 years ago, Allie, that you were a keeper, I knew he'd do everything in his power to make that relationship work. And here we are today. So Blake and Allie, may you two have a lifetime of happiness together. The best is yet to come.